All right, so today I am surrounded by Pakistan. More on that next. Hello everyone, this is Dwayne with Edge of Nowhere Farm, and we're coming to you here this morning. It's really early on a Tuesday morning in June. We're about the third week of June, and I'm actually here. We're actually working on a couple things this morning, just getting some chores done, and I was actually what we were doing is actually taking cuttings off of our Primark blackberry. I'll link that video here so you guys can take a peek at that bush, but I was doing some cuttings off there because we really want to make sure we replicate that bush because it did just amazing. But went from one berry to another. We actually have our berry beds are just to my right, so just to your left, but all of our berry beds are here, and what we do is we actually use two varieties of Pakistan mulberries to actually shade those berry beds, and I'm actually underneath one of them now. But what I did, I was going through, I was getting some of the cuttings together and kind of looked up and realized, oh my goodness, we have ripe mulberries. So I quickly got distracted, waved over at Lori and said, you've got to come see this, because for the first time we tried our Black Pakistan Mulberry, which is what I'm underneath now. So a little bit about the tree. So this tree we actually got, I believe we got it from Stark Bros. So that's an online nursery. We got it from them. It was just a little tiny twig. We had originally gotten a bare root variety from Seamus O'Leary that actually didn't make it. So it was a nice, like 1-inch diameter bare root tree, but just never took. So ordered this one online, put this in April 2 years ago, so just over 2 years old. When we got it in, it was in a small pot, but it was smaller than my pinky as far as the diameter. So in 2 years, it is now this massive tree, which is great shade for our blackberries, but just a massive tree that does produce fruit. Last year, it came out of dormancy very late, didn't get any fruit on the tree at all, got a few green fruits that just dropped off. So we were a little bit nervous. You know, getting it online, you're never 100% sure, you know, root stocks and things like that, whether or not it would actually do well. Last year it grew fantastic. This year came out of dormancy a little bit later than a couple of our other trees, but what we found this morning is we finally have some ripe fruit, which is what we're excited about. So we've got this 2-year-old tree. Man, it is gigantic. It is probably 15 feet tall, maybe a little taller. It's at least that width. But just a beautiful shade tree. I mean, I'm standing under it comfortably. I'm about 5'10". This thing just dwarfs me. But just a beautiful shade tree. And of course, what's more important is it gives us fruit. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Lori slide in. Now, what I understand about this tree, they're supposed to have very long fruit. Don't see any long fruit on this now, but I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to see it on camera because we got the sun right here, the morning sun, but this thing is just loaded with fruit on these 2 branches. And of course, there's a few dozen branches in here. But we've got a bunch of fruit in varying stages of ripeness. This area right here alone, I've got a white one, it's kind of whitish green, red. I've got a black one, a couple black ones behind it that are ripe. And that kind of is what I'm seeing throughout the tree. So what I'm going to do is I need to try to find one that's fully ripe. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So the fruit. So this one here, a little bit dry. You know, it's the desert. We're in June, so it's a very dry time of year for us. But it's kind of a small fruit. It's probably, well, it's a little smaller than some of our Shangri-La mulberries. And speaking of Shangri-La mulberries, I'll link that video here so you guys can peek at our Shangri-La mulberry. It's purple. But what I'm going to do is I want to try this one. It looks almost a little overripe. Oh my goodness, you guys. Man. Okay. So let me describe this to you. So very sweet. There is absolutely no tart whatsoever in that berry. Nice and soft, juicy, almost like honey sweet, super sweet. I would say it's sweeter than our Shangri-La mulberry. Oh man. Okay, so you still got kind of that blackberry kind of taste, but I mean, I almost kind of taste honey-ish, but you know, that real nice strong berry taste. Just fantastic, really yummy. So we've got a lot of fruit on here. Like I said, various stages of ripening. So we're gonna get a few off this tree. What I really like about this, you know, we've got a lot of birds. One of the things when you create a food forest like we have going on back here, you attract a lot of wildlife, and we have a whole lot of birds back here. And you know, this tree is kind of known for deflecting some of that bird pressure off of your other trees, because birds love mulberries. But I'm looking in this tree, in the very top of the tree, which is all the new growth from this year, I see some green berries. I see a couple black berries, but for the most part, most of the berries are down here lower, which is nice because they're reachable for us, but I don't mind sharing. You know, this has got a lot of fruit on it. There's a lot of fruit at the top. Birds are welcome to have that. We're gonna do a nice harvest off of this tree. We're gonna eat a lot of them fresh for the next probably couple weeks. We'll have a bunch that we're gonna actually freeze, it looks like, hopefully for our smoothies in the morning, but really looking forward to the harvest off this tree, so wanted to share that with you guys. So I just want to thank you for joining us today. And you know what, if you haven't done so already, hey, subscribe to our channel. You know, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. We've got a lot of cool fruit videos. We didn't expect this one today, but we've got a lot of cool fruit videos coming up for you guys here during our summer harvest season. Love to have you guys along. You know, like the video too. If you got any friends or family, like and share the video. Anybody that's into this, especially if they're in this part of the world, we show you what you can grow and what can be done here in the Phoenix and surrounding areas. Love it if you'd like and share the video. And hey, you know what? If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Lori and I really enjoy reading those and interacting with you guys, and love to do that with you as well. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, and if we can get Black Pakistan Mulberries at the end of June in Phoenix, Arizona, so can you. So just want to thank you for joining us today. All right. Ooh, there's a ripe mulberry on the ground. Squirrel. Well, as I'm dying, choking myself.